The thing is, they don't make carts for them anymore.
Exactly, yeah.
Have you ever trained on one though, or just bus?
Yeah, I did. I got to drive one, like, through the downtown core. That's as much as I got to drive it.
How did it feel when you were training?
It's so cool because, like, it's just immediate power, you know?
The Siemens U2s?
I didn't drive. The U2. Yeah, it was really neat.
That's what I felt like at the end of high school. You know, I just graduated last year, State.
Nice.
Man, I felt like a worn out U2 in the end.
Yeah.
But I had 15 years under my belt. Started when I was 3, 2004 all the way up to 2019. And one day I had to stay at school for 10 hours once.
No way.
8:45 a.m. to 6:45 p.m.
Oh, that's a long day.
I had to do a final dinner and foods though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot's been happening this year. Like my aunt's got leukemia.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And I've already dealt with some grief. I lost my grandpa in 2018 to cancer, so.
Yeah. That sucks.
So we arrive at 6:30, eh?
30, yeah, the clock is running.
When you get stuck in the lights, you're probably, I'm gonna be late.
Oh, it's all good.
With a good bus, you can make it on time.
And we'll probably have to sit there at Riverbend anyhow for a couple minutes. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, usually. Yeah. Because I usually leave right when I'm supposed to. I know a lot of drivers will sit for an extra, 5 or 8 minutes, but I figure, like, I don't know, people maybe want to get off, along the way, and I don't want to keep them waiting. Like, I want to get everybody home, like, as soon as
What if someone has to use the bathroom, too? That's urgent.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Then they have to walk, and then you gotta get them to the McDonald's or whatever.
Right, yeah.
When I was young, I had a fever of 115 once.
No way.
Yeah.
Holy.
Without touching me, you could feel the heat a couple steps away.
Wow. That's really high. Just put a couple of eggs on you and make some scrambled eggs.
So you got to drive a U2 through the downtown core.
I sure did, yeah.
If you weren't doing the train, why did they still train you on it?
I just decided not to do it. I didn't want to do the bad hours. They really bounce you around a lot.
No, but I mean, they still had you training on the train when they know you weren't gonna do it. Why was that?
Well, I didn't, like, you do like a 3-day thing where you learn the rule book.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you take the test to see if you know the rule book, and then they offer you, the position of, okay, now you can move forward with the 2-week thing, like to actually train for real.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, I don't think I want to do this. Like, I just didn't, you kind of think about it, and you think, okay, my schedule is going to be all over the place, and I just was like, I don't want to do it.
When you were on the U2, when you ever rid on them, you smell the carbon dioxide from from the brakes. And when my train broke down once, it happened at Westbrook, and smoke rises. So it stayed in there. It was kind of hard to breathe. If they have any more left, which they probably do, how much time would you give the rest of the fleet? Not very long.
I'd say maybe 4 or 5 years, if that, maybe less.
Oh, they won't be able to run for that long. They're already 41 years old.
Exactly.
You know some of our U2 cars have 3.5 million on them? That tells you how much of a workhorse they've been.
Exactly, yeah.
Did you get any fully loaded buses today?
No, I haven't. Not today. Not on this route.
Well, you started at 307. You think you would.
Yeah, but without, like the university kids aren't there anymore, and I kind of miss the school kids. I don't get any.
Eventually, when the university goes back.
Yeah, I mean, it'll get better, but.
Do they put accordions on this route because of university kids? Did they do that before?
No, I've never seen it. No.
Probably during Stampede they would have to, though.
Maybe, yeah.
Stampede is such a busy time, sometimes you can't even get on the train.
Oh, exactly.
And even if it's not Stampede, during rush hour before this all hit, and I'm talking about real rush hours, I'm talking about having to wait 3 trains.
Yeah.
If it was a U2, I squeezed myself in this year because they were so rare when I got them on this year.
You're like, I want to get on this train, I don't care.
I got like a fleet of over 60 U2s on my channel.
Really? That's cool.
I like the rattling of the parts too. It makes it a lot different.
Yeah. They definitely rattle.
This bus doesn't rattle too much.
No, it's not too bad actually. Sometimes you'll hear something back there and it just drives you nuts, right? But this bus is pretty good.
Have you ever had the buses overheat on you before, the engine?
Yeah, I've had that. I've had, like, my oil just goes.
Totally empty.
Yeah.
Then you would start smoking because you're oil, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
Have you ever had a bus start flaming though, or
no, I
not?
haven't had a flaming bus.
But I hear there's computers in these. If the bus gets really hot, then the computer shuts the engine down.
Oh, okay, that's good.
The Jimmies didn't have that, so if it broke, it broke.
That's right.
And the Jimmies didn't break though, that's the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you think they could keep them around now still if they wanted to, the Jimmies?
I mean, maybe, but,
They're high floor though,
it's the
so.
floor, yeah, exactly. Like, it's not accessible, right? So, they don't really work.
I wish they would put a ramp system in that one. You know what? If I hear there's one at the garage though that they did keep at one of the garages. At one of the garages, there's one for charter trips. They bring. I'm gonna bring my walking canes that day and get on it if I'm at the bars.
Yeah, you should. You could maybe organize a tour. Like, you could contact the.
That's why I emailed Megan. So.
Yeah, exactly. Or like talk to the guy, like the Twitter guy, and just ask if you can, have a tour. Like, that would be really cool.
It's hard to do it right now because everything's going on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But we got rid of all of our union employees in the garage, and now it's all a contractor doing all the cleaning and stuff. Did you hear about that?
No, so what's your union employees?
Well, they're just like city of Calgary people, right?
Yeah.
Employees. And they would fuel the buses and they'd clean them and take them through the wash and then they'd go park them, right?
Yeah, why why didn't you keep them if they did such good work?
We did, yeah, because the city was like, well, we could save like $3 million if we get a contractor to do it.
But then they might do half, you know what?
Yeah, well, that's the problem, right?
What if I was working for transit though? I would do a good job.
I bet, yeah, I believe you would.
It would be hard to maintenance these older ones since they have so many kilometers on
Oh,
them.
yeah, exactly.
If we pull into Douglas Glen, are you sitting there?
Yeah, I probably would.
If you mind checking the odometer for
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
This one's gonna be ready to go soon, I think,
I
though.
think so, yeah.
What? I mean, run her till she breaks.
Yeah. I mean, let me see, it's been out since 5:40 and it stays out till 10:30. So, I mean, it's still like considered a good all-day workhorse type of bus. You know what I mean?
These 77s remind me of the Jimmies, eh? They never quit.
Yeah, exactly.
Except they have a shorter lifespan.
Yeah.
So if you kept them around, Jimmy's around for so long, did they have more parts for them? That's why you kept them for 30 years?
Yeah, I think so.
30, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I hear in the early 90s you started phasing them slowly though.
Yeah.
Like in 13, there was still a lot going in 2011.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember driving them and they were great. Like,
Yeah.
oh, they were so, like, just, you really felt the power, right? They were really slow sometimes to get going.
Them half tons, you talk about powerful Jimmies drive the mid-size.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I hear they got rid of them for some reason. I can't remember what it was. George knows because he's been working. I'll tell George you say hi since once I mention Stacy, he'll know what I'm talking about. Do you ever see him every now and again, even now?
Like, probably 2 weeks ago, because I was doing the 11 and he was doing the 12.
You guys had a break, so you said a hello.
And he told me that he was retiring, and we had a little chat.
That's gonna be sad for you.
Yeah, he's got so many people that really like him.
And I've only known him since September, but I've taken his bus lots, so it's gonna hurt. I won't even take 12 very often once he's gone. Unless the 77's on it, I might hop on.
Oh yeah.
You know what the horrible buses were? Remember them 07 to 09 Alvarados?
Yes, I do.
The mid-size buses?
Yeah.
They were red like the 8000 series.
I like those.
A lot of the drivers... Oh, there's 48. I was on that bus today.
Are you? Yeah, I like those little buses.
So you're the next MT, I guess, to Douglas Glen, eh?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
28, I've been on 28 on this route today, and there's 55 as well. I got all the buses that are on this current route today.
Okay, yeah. Do you look at the Transit 55 app to figure out where the buses are that you want to see, or how do you just randomly go?
No, I didn't know there was an app.
Oh yeah, it's just like Transit 55, and it shows all the buses.
Like the years and stuff?
Yeah, exactly. And then you can click on it and it will show you what it's doing and what it did yesterday, and I think even what it did the day
It shows the unit numbers though for for example 7505.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. And it's like real time.
What's the icon?
I don't know because I don't actually have the app. I just go to the website.
But there is an app.
Transit 55.
Probably, yeah. It's called Transit 55. I'm sure there must be an app, but I feel like I have too many apps on my phone. So
But there is one. That's good to know.
there's gotta be one, yeah.
Because there's a couple of 77s I want to get on before they're retired. Like 14. I believe I saw 14 today.
Oh, yeah.
14's a really old. This is older though.
Oh, yeah.
So you go back to the garage in about a couple hours. A few hours yet.
Yeah, like 4 hours.
So you're out of service at Westbrook?
No, down here at Douglas Glen.
Yeah. It makes sense. You wouldn't want to go out of service way down here when you're in the middle of your run.
Well, yeah, sometimes they put us out of service in places that you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'm done. But
They do that with 37, which is not very convenient.
yeah,
Why wouldn't you just do one more run and go out of service at Heritage?
right? Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would do. Wouldn't it be cool if Calgary Transit had their mobile phone like a video game? I could run my own transit system.
That would be cool.
My rush hours would be so much more frequent than it is now.
Oh, yeah.
If ridership was really high though, I would need lots of trains out.
Yeah,
Imagine if rush hour was 3 to 9 p.m. a 6-hour rush hour, I would be busy.
yeah. Oh my god, that's, yeah.
My U2s would be out, that's for sure. But what I would do, I would build a plant in the game so I could make parts for them.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
I would keep them going for 60 years.
Nice.
But I mean, after 40 years, I would refurbish the U2s.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I wonder why Calgary didn't do that with theirs.
I don't know.
Sometimes it's more cheaper to refurbish them than it is to replace them, though. Have you ever thought of that?
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is,
Parts, right?
well,
Parts.
there's parts, and I think it's also the way budgeting is done, right? Like you get a certain amount of money
Yeah.
to buy things, and then the federal government will kick in.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, we may as well buy a new one if we're getting money for this, and if we don't spend this much money, we won't get it again next year.
But I mean, if it doesn't break down, like say if it's never had a breakdown, you must well keep them around. And when the new ones break down, you're losing money.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're right.
Our Mass S200 cars aren't very good.
Yeah. They look cool though.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look cool.
The doors are really cool,
Yeah.
but they're a bugger to open.
Yeah, because you're like, do I need to push the button again? What's going on here?
With the U2s, it opens right up once you push it.
Yeah.
It won't feel like Calgary Transit without the U2s, I'll say that. But I mean, there comes a time, right, where there needs to be a retirement.
Yeah, exactly.
I really like the bells on the things. And how about the horns, eh?
Yeah.
All the horns on the U2s are louder than the new ones.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, they're not messing around.
How was it operating a Siemens U2?
It was great. I really liked it. Like, it was neat.
Imagine if we meet each other then and if you took me for a single car ride on a U2, especially now with them being so rare. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be awesome.
And I know you would if they had any left, but what I would do, I would get your email and we would plan it out.
Exactly. See ya.
I got like almost an hour and a half of footage of this bus.
How many gigs is your memory card?
128 for gigabyte.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
I paid $2,300 for this phone.
No way.
It was well worth it though.
Yeah.
My phone has a liquid cooling system in it and everything.
Wow.
My old iPhone I was using to film would overheat so much. It's kind of like these bus engines on a hot day.
Yeah.
What do you do on a hot day? Do you shut your bus off when you have a bit of a break so the engine cools?
Yeah, I shut it off and I'll like wind up some newspaper and stick that in the back hatch so that it sort of opens, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, where the engine is, you open up the...
Yeah, you just stick a newspaper in to kind of hold it open a bit. I don't know if it helps, but it makes me feel better.
No, it cools the engine down
That's
though.
what I'm thinking, yeah.
You know what, the 1100 series Jimmys, they were nice.
Yeah, yeah.
1000s. I think that's what Calgary Transit kept. They have one 1000 series left.
Oh,
Oh, do you remember we had 1600 diesel Chevys
yes.
too?
Yeah, totally. Those, yeah.
They're long gone though. But I got some Chevy diesel buses on my... I think I got at least 6 of them. The ramps are really cool on the Chevy buses.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have more light, but it's with this time change,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah. It's like dark all of a sudden. So early. 6:30.
Once you pull him back to Heritage, I'm going out of service for the
You're
day.
done for the day, are you?
Yeah, I've been out since 1 o'clock.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, my day's not over yet. I still gotta upload and edit.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're right on schedule.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe you have taken me before.
Yeah, maybe. Either of you guys have to go to the washroom?
What, is there a washroom I can go in there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go to the washroom. If you have to go, you can use this other one.
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Can you open the door for us?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
See ya.